Hello, and welcome to what I hope is going to be the next best series on this channel. Today we're going to be playing the Hunter Classic. This is kind of a beginner series where we go into the game, we learn about it, we find out what we can do and where we can go with the game. Now, a lot of people have downloaded this game recently because over the summer it went free to play. And with that, you have unlimited ammo for a certain number of weapons, just the starting weapons, and you have unlimited tags for any animal in the game. So you don't have to buy tags, you don't have to go through all of that hassle anymore. But when you start up the game, you start with two guns. Alright, so you start with a rifle and a shotgun. This rifle, although boring and very weak, allows you to hunt a lot of things off the start. It comes with a scope, and you get basically unlimited ammo for that gun. So you can start and do a lot with this weapon right off the bat and not have to worry about anything. You also start with the, the 12 gauge single barrel. Also, you know, semi-boring, kind of not reliable, not the best, not my favorite. But between the three ammo types, the birdshot, the buckshot, and the slugs that you get, which are unlimited, it allows you to kill almost any animal in the game, except for the bantang, the water buffalo, and I want to say one other thing that you can't. Well, werewolf was a limited time thing, but that's not super important. With those three guns, that's what it was, bison up there. But with these two guns and the call that you get, you can kill just about anything. And I'm sure you've watched this video, so you've done the tutorial. So we're not going to go over how the weapons work, how to scope, but we're going to go into our first hunt. Where you're going to go, what you should try and do, what you should equip yourself with for your very first hunt going into the Hunter Classic. So to start your first hunt, you go up the hunt now. You're going to do single player game. And I suggest starting over here at Logger's Point. Starting right down at the bottom at the Field Lodge, keeping it very simple. It's got mule deer, pheasant, feral hog, coyote, whitetail, cottontail, and bobcat. It's a good selection. You can kill all of them with the two weapons very easily. And it's a good range. It's not too grassy, it's not too wooded, but there's a good range of different types of terrain that you can really understand and get a good concept of what's going to be happening in this game. Alright, so once you load into the game, you're going to be here. In a nice little, cabin area. You got your hunter made out. Walking slow. Get to see to walk a little faster. It's not very quick. You got your trophy lodge right here that you can go in and out of once you buy it. Allows you to mount all your good weapons, your good animals, your good, your rares, whatever it might be. So we're going to go in the inventory. We're going to hit I. Alright, we're going to pull out. We're going to clear it out. Make sure it's completely empty here, because I have some stuff that you don't really necessarily start with off the base of the game. Okay. So you're going to see you have three of both the rifle and the shotgun that you get off the start. We're going to drop them in. We're going to be ready for it. Since we have the rifle, we don't really need to take buckshot. But if we want to kill the rabbits or the pheasants on this map, we need the birdshot. For this one, it's only the nozzler, which is fine. If you want to go for everything on the map and go for the the hogs there, you want to grab some slugs as well. That'll allow you to go for every type of animal on the map. You want to grab a scope for your rifle, and then for equipment, you're going to start with, you have your binoculars here. You're going to make sure you have your deer bleat call. And I don't think you start with, if you get all the extra DLC stuff, you get a bunch of scents and different stuff of that nature in here, but that's the only call you really start with. But you know what, that's more than enough to really get it going and start the game. So we're going to get out of there. We're going to go over to our map. So my objective, I typically either walk down to this tower or straight up to this tower here. And depending on which way I want to do it, I walk nice and slow, I don't really run, and I wait for calls to happen. I go to either one of these towers. Pretty much a straight beeline, kind of following the path up into the mountains, over the hills to get there. Or I follow the ocean down more this way when I come up. I try not to get stuck into this area too much, because then you have to go kind of down and around to get up and around, but you get what I'm talking about. So we're going to go out, we're going to start walking our way through. We'll be back when I hear my first call. Alright, alright, alright. I know I said we'd be back when I got the first call, but a very important thing to make sure you do as you're walking along, make sure your weapons are loaded, because chambering around when you have an animal coming up on you can actually scare it away, and that can, you know, ruin your chance of actually getting the animal. And to pull your hunter mate back out after you've equipped a weapon, and wow, look at that, we got a call from a mule deer female. Typically you don't really want to hunt these, but I'll show you what you can do to get them to call in. So she's called out from that way. We're going to shoot out a bleat, which she'll come into. We don't have an exact area as to where she comes, because my tracking's not that great yet. We're going to take our time coming in. We're going to crouch, get low, take it slow, take our time, and start heading in the general direction that we heard it from, without going too far. We want to be able to get to a spot where we have a good hindsight, like we have a good perspective and we can see. And we'll sit here, we'll drop another call real quick. And we'll wait for that second call, or wait for some movement to come on in. Alright, we just got our second call from that same female mule deer. Now mule deer normally travel solitary, at least the females do, I think. And you'll notice that they come in a little slowly, but the females come in a lot quicker than the bucks. Now you can use your binoculars here that are just they're stock bound to your 6 key. Not a bad spot for them. You can kind of look around, see where they're going, see where it might be coming in from, look in that general direction. Since when you drop a call, the deer or the animal that you're calling in will approach the location that you called from, like directly. They'll make a pretty good straight line towards you. It's just the speed that they come in at. And when you come off of your hunter mate, if you don't leave it up too long, the rings will actually stay there for a little while, so you can go to check it, leave it, check your binoculars, make sure you're pointing in the right area, and then go back to your hunter mate and check it again to make sure you're still looking in the right general direction, make sure it's coming in. Alright, so I just spotted the little beauty. She's right over there in between the trees. Of course, now she's just behind it, but you can see her just behind that big tree in the middle. You can see her little tail right there. We're probably not going to kill her since she is a female, and you don't get any credits for that at all, because for bucks, it's only males. It's based on the rack size. But you see right there, mule deer, female. You'll unlock the weight, of course, at level, like, I think it's 3 or 4 of spotting. This one's a rather small one at 45 to 85. So it's not a huge mule deer. It's not tiny. But we don't want to necessarily scare it off in that direction. I'm going to have to change my direction a little bit. But what I will do is I'll kind of back off really slowly. Watch it, see if it runs away. Because I have a rifle. Either I spook it or I spook everything shooting it, you know? So either way, everything's going to spook. I don't want to kill it. It's a doe. It's not going to give me any credits. It's not going to be worth any points. And there it goes. I spooked it. Running off and down to the water. That's alright. We're going to go up this way a little bit more. I am walking to the northern of the 2 towers. And as you see, I got my first encounter not even very far from the camp. So always be ready. Always be prepared. It doesn't take long most of the time to get a call. You just got to keep your ears out. Keep your eyes out. Enjoy the beauty of the game. Hopefully our next one's a nice little buck for us, either a whitetail or a mule deer. Alright, you'll see we just got a call for a pheasant. I'm actually not even high enough level to tell if it's male or female, because I don't hunt pheasant very often. But for pheasant here, you want to make sure you have your shotgun loaded up with some 12 gauge bird shot, which again, you have an unlimited amount of, but you can only restock your 30 shells back at a base. We're going to slow on up a little bit here, because for pheasants, you need them to be airborne, and either to get points for them and money to get paid on the kill. I don't know if it's a male or a female, so we're gonna go see. I think I see them up there across the hill over yonder, and we have a large male up behind that bush and a couple of females down there. I'm gonna make my way up in that direction right there. Mark it by left clicking in your mouse, or with your mouse while in binoculars. We're going to make our way over that way. While on my way into the pheasants, I did just get a call for the hog, so we'll leave that up. They're just off to the right. We're not loaded right now for that, so we're going to continue on our way towards these pheasants right here, because they're a little more interesting, in my opinion, sometimes to try and kill. Just because, you know, you have to land the shot, they have to be airborne. Good stuff. Also, a good thing to note, the way they're facing like that, To get the Maribor, you have to whistle. Whistling is hitting the F key. That's the automatic bind for it. You can always change it, always mess it around. But the way they are facing is the way they are going to fly. So for this one, I'm going to whistle it out, get him to fly, and completely whiff the shot. Get another loaded. Get him on the second one. Got him much closer actually to me. So we'll come on over. We'll stand up real quick. Whip out the hunter mate. And check it out. Landed in a rock. And that's not a bad pheasant. So the CSS you see here, the 26.6, that is the amount of credits that you get towards buying weapons, ammo, calls, blinds, decoys, whatever it might be. Birds aren't a bad way to get it. A pretty good, it's pretty standard amount for a pheasant. It's not a significantly large one. It's not a tiny one. Excuse me. It's a relatively sized one. Now I had to shoot it twice, so the integrity, not too great. And I did hit it on the first one. It just wasn't enough to actually drop it. But the second one did bring it down. So we're going to collect that. We're just going to sell it off, get my money for it, and move right along. Now, we're not too far from where I killed the pheasant. That was just over on the other side of that bush. But I did happen to find a rabbit track. And rabbits on this map are one of the fastest way to gain some quick credits, some quick GM, get it going, get some money flowing. So we're going to see if we can track this rabbit down. They're normally not too hard to do. He's heading down this way. This is kind of the direction I found the actual poop down here. So we're going to go down. We're going to see if I can find some more tracks by him, track him down. Rabbit hunting is relatively easy. It's a little fast-paced, just like the pheasants. Keeps it entertaining, keeps it quick, keeps it fun. We're going to go on this way and see if we can track it down. Alright, I think I found another track. Kind of in that triangle down there. You'll notice when you're tracking an animal, the hunter mate kind of gives you a direction as to which the animal went. And when you have a circle, that's kind of about how far they might be away from you. So that animal might still be in that lightly grayed out circle there. When you have a nice, thick, dark, small circle, that means the animal's really, really close. And if you're hunting a deer or anything of that nature, you should really slow on down, get yourself ready to get the animal. We're going to keep on tracking this rabbit. Hopefully it's not super far away, and it doesn't take me too long to find it, because rabbits are a little interesting. They're quite fun to hunt, because they're a little different when they run away for a little while, and then they'll... That's a new trail, but it looks like rabbit prints as well in there. It's a little hard to tell with the rock. But they're interesting to hunt because they'll run away very shortly and you have to kind of chase them a little bit. And then when they stop, they'll stand straight up. You whip out that shotgun and blow them away. As you can tell, the pheasants over there are giving me some calls, but it doesn't look like there's any males over there, so I'm not too concerned because the females just... While you will get money out of the females, you really don't get much at all, if anything. So it's almost not worth taking your time unless you just want some target practice. Alright, well, that's not the rabbit I was tracking, but that is a female rabbit right there. And that's just a buck. So we're going to go right towards that rabbit. You can kind of see him over there on the horizon with the shotgun out, because rifles don't really give it too much finesse. I think I should be able to take the shot from here. Yes, there it is. Alright, so let's go get that rabbit up there. And I do apologize if the shotgun blasts are a little loud on your side. I'm still trying to level out everything. Give me some tips in the comments. Give me a helpful hand. We'll figure it out. Alright, so female, 30-meter shot, 1150. 21 CS again. So just about the same amount as the pheasant I shot earlier, even though this is a female. Females do score typically higher than the males just because they get heavier. Rabbits are based on their weight, so you get more meat out of them. It's really about it on them. But they're fun to hunt because you can spot them in the field. You can't really call them in, you just kind of have to run after them, track them down, get it in there, get it done, you know. It's a good time, good quick hunt. I might try and head a little more inland up to, you know, if I stop dragging on the map, up to this area and then head on up just to stay away from where I am now because I've spooked everything in this area with the shotgun. That will happen when you're new to this game. You're going to spook a lot of things because, well, guns are loud and animals don't like guns. So we spooked a lot of stuff. We're going to try heading up on this way, see what we can find. and we'll give it a go. Alrighty, we just got our first call for a mule deer buck. We're gonna hear it come in from this side. We're gonna drop a call just to get its attention. Whip back out our hunter mate real quick. He's coming in from that way. We want to try and get to a position where we'll be able to see him before he can see us. So I think I'm going to get up on this hill right over here. He was a little bit away, so I think I should have time to get up there. Then depending on his size, will depend on how alert this buck is going to be. I don't like this big rock in front of me though, so I'm going to find a spot, lay on down, hunker in, and we're going to wait for this big guy to come on in. Sometimes you can weasel your way on top of big rocks like that. You just got to be careful not to shoot them when you go for your shot later on. Alright, so I'm going to drop another call real quick. Hopefully get him to come on in. Alright, so we just got another call from that first one. And it looks like he's coming in nice and close. However, I do not see him yet. But he should probably just be on the other side of that hill if he's not going to be in my sights anytime soon. Let me just check up here because I see what looks to be... Oh, yep, there they both are. So we got this guy coming in here. We got that one coming in there. This one is definitely... Oh, wow, okay. 3 bucks coming on in. This first one is definitely the biggest of the 3. Rather large, 95 to 135 kilograms coming on in. We're going to let him come in a little bit closer. I'm not a huge fan of the head-on shots, but that might be what I have to deal with for now. All I need is for him to stop. Anytime, buddy. Preferably not behind that rock or the tree. Not a terrible shot. We'll see if we can get another one on him. Oh, well, he dropped right there. Didn't continue to run, so that's perfectly fine. Alright, so I did hit some good lung here. Yep, lung's heart, because it is bright red. Definitely, especially if you know where it died. Track it, get the tracking points, get the spotting points as much as you can, because it will add up in the long run. Alright, I think that'll do. I don't want to waste too much time, so we'll take that shot. We'll accept it. Not a bad picture, not bad lighting. It's a nice little, what, 8, 9 point. Not a bad looking buck for sure. Taxiderm it, get my 87 GM, and now we're on to the next one. Everything's going to be spooked in this area, so it might take a little bit of time. Now, I did just happen to find some bobcat tracks not very far from where I shot that deer. I'm going to track it, follow it down a little bit. Bobcats are the hardest animal on this map to actually hunt, since they are very skittish and very, like they have a very good sense of smell. So it does take a lot of patience, practice, and a very good shot a lot of times to drop a bobcat, since there's no cheap calls for a bobcat, since it takes the electronic calls and the disc, which both add up, and even then with that they're very slow to come in. They're very skittish, and you typically have to take a good long shot on them in order to bring it down. But we will take a stroll. We'll see where we can find it, see if I can at least spot it for y'all, and we'll see what we can get going on this. So I did just receive a call for the bobcat, so it is relatively close, surprisingly, even though we just shot that buck, because I'm not very far from where I shot down that buck. So we're going to come in very slowly here. It shouldn't be too far off. Hopefully we can at least spot it. If not, if I can get it standing still, I'll take the shot, regardless of how far it might be. Just got a second call from it. It doesn't look like it's moving, but it looks like it's right on the other side of that cliff there. Right up by the road. So we'll see. Maybe I can get closer. Maybe I can get a shot. It doesn't, from the look on my hunter mate, like I don't have a high level on tracking bobcat, but it doesn't really look like it moved much. Animals do sometimes get stuck on terrain, so maybe we'll luck out. It'll get stuck and I can drop one. That might be, cheating to some, but hey man, you do what you gotta do, Because it was right by the outer ring that I'm getting towards, right by the road, so that's where I'm going to head towards. I think it's on the other side of that hill there, because we're right at the close road now. I did just spot it. and then reaching up to hit the 1 key to scope in, I hit Q, which of course is auto walk, and spooked it. But I did see it. I was really, really close, surprisingly enough. So we're going to try and follow it, give it a little bit of time to calm down. Maybe I'll get a shot off on it, because that would be certainly a good way to end this hunt off. Especially for a free-to-play, that would be an amazing way to end this hunt, to get a bobcat. Alright, so I've been tracking this bobcat for, 15 in-game minutes. It led me over to here on the eastern side of the map, the point of interest. It's this really, really long footbridge, and it's actually really, really sweet. It's really cool, it's really gorgeous, and it's quite a sight to see that they put this in the game. And you'll see, if you go to like the leaderboards for longest shot in this map, you'll notice that some of them just seem unfathomable. And that's because they'll shoot it from way up on yonder over there at the top of the canyon, way, way, way down there into that clearing, and get some crazy like 400 or 500 meter shots in this area. Hopefully I can find this bobcat soon. It is still fleeing, so it's... Alright, so there he is. There's the bobcat, right? It is relatively far away. There's a doe over the hill. But I think I have to take my shot from here. It is not going to be an easy shot. Not going to be a pleasant shot. But I have to take it from here, I think. Your shots are so unstable when you're not laying down that it gets incredibly hard. Take the shots. Alright, I think I might have hit it. Let's hope. I'm going to walk out that way. We'll figure it out. It probably completely honestly missed because taking crouching shots, especially at that kind of distance, is very difficult. Well, believe it or not, I actually hit it. It's definitely not vital blood, so I don't know if it'll drop it or not. I don't know what the life expectancy, well, not life expectancy, but life threshold on the bobcats are when you hit them, because that was probably just like body, maybe leg. We'll see if it's up ahead here. I'll take it. Gander, what is that right there? Is that the deer or is that the bobcat? There it is, right there actually. So we will drop it dead. Thank goodness. That was an awful shot, but it was probably pretty close to already being dead. So we'll go collect that. Alright, so there's our pretty little bobcat. I've been tracking that for about an hour in game. We started out, holy cow. Okay, so we first saw it. Well, first got the calls here, and that's where we first ended up spotting. Well, spotting it. I didn't get any recordings of it there because it ran away when I hit the wrong button. Good times were had. A whole hour in game was spent tracking it all the way around this path to where we are now. I don't know how much of that I'm actually going to put in. We'll see. That was quite the track. Definitely interesting. So that first shot, believe it or not, I hit it in the skull from 74.5 meters. Maybe that was the second shot, but I don't believe so. Not a bad shot though if I hit it in the head and the right leg, but it definitely wasn't organs. If I hit that brain, that would have been astounding. Let's be fair here, but only 39 CS. Small little female bobcat. Apparently that's the first time I've actually killed a bobcat since getting or harvested a bobcat. So we'll sell it off. I think I'm going to end it right there because that is a good way to end it. Good couple hours in the hunt. Got there, wanted to head that way. Got the bobcat call. Got completely diverted. You know, hunts never exactly go the way that you expect them to. But we got that pheasant right off the start. We got that rabbit, a nice mule deer buck, and we got that bobcat at the end there. So not a bad hunt overall. We probably got, what, 120-ish GM from that hunt. not too bad, not too shabby. I hope you enjoyed the first episode, first part, implementation, whatever we want to call it, into the Hunter Classic free-to-play experience. Please like the video if you did. Comment below. Tell me what I can do better, what I should change, what I can do for you. If you have any questions, maybe I can answer them for you. Check me out on Twitch at bbgun69. I stream a couple of times a week. I do hope to see you there as well. Say hey, stop on by. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Hunter videos. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Stay wild.